if you can you start the recording?
Yeah, you're all set.
All right, good. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This is Yeshua Nettles. This is April 22nd. This is our AMA. We are 1 week out from the end of our NFT competition. We've received a lot of great content, but we definitely want to see some more. So definitely reach out, send your submissions to us, DM us, um, post it on YouTube, post it on Twitter. Just let us know that you put it out there so we can incorporate it into the selection. Um, so definitely, we're looking forward to that one. We're gonna start kind of really putting the content out. We're gonna keep repushing it, retweeting it, and let everyone know who we are and what we're about. So we're definitely excited about that. We're looking on Swap. I didn't see the listing when I checked about an hour and so ago. If they don't go out tonight, they said it was going to go out tomorrow. Something with the devs, but we're okay with that. So the Swap listing should be live here soon. They'll probably make an announcement, and then we'll make an announcement as well, just to let everyone know that we are live on Swap as well. So we're looking forward to that. Um, Before we jump into more of our topic, I do want to introduce Shantae as our new admin. We had our discussion. She's going to start helping me on a lot of the admin stuff. Now it's kind of picking up. There's a lot of meetings going on, a lot of business decisions that need to be made, but I can't make all of them simultaneously with going through the CRR and the like. So I'm bringing her on, and she'll be helping to support that and helping me build out the project. Um, if I'm gonna let Shantae talk a little bit about herself real quick, and then we can go from there. Shantae, Shantae, can you hear me?
Yeah, she's not talking.
No worries. Um,
It could be a deal. All right.
yep,
Yeah, she needs to leave and then
yep,
come back. So
yeah, no worries. I'll wait for her to jump back on, and then I will. Oh, here you. Gotta bring her up again. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry, not sure what's going on. So my name is Shantae Thompson and live here in the States. I own a small general contracting company. I am a veteran of the U.S. Army, service disabled, veteran-owned small business. I primarily um, do projects for the VA, the Corps, done projects on some Navy bases and whatnot. Um, I am a mom of 6, 5 currently in the home. So primarily, my business, again, I own it. I deal with the financials and all that. And I also do some project management for a few of my projects. So looking forward to being part of the team and assisting Ushua where I can. And I'm always around via DM or, message me. And I'm around.
No worries. Thank you. And you will see her more active on as a moderator in all the chat groups. She'll have full access. So if she's giving you information and I'm not around, definitely like she can answer all the questions. I'll make sure that she has all the information. Chris will also give her some updates from his side, so she'll have all that information as just another a member of the team. So definitely use her as a resource. Reach out to her if you have ideas and I'm not online. Again, send her a message as well. She definitely will be able to either incorporate some things or bring them up in the next team meeting. So we'll be able to do that together. Um, we are also so next week we were supposed to have the meeting or the podcast this week with Don Bailey Speaks. We ended up shifting it till next week. We wanted to do a little bit closer to the actual NFT launch date, and that's just because we'll probably be partnering with Don Bailey on a project that he's doing with NFTs shortly after our launch, maybe a couple of weeks right afterward. He has a genius idea for NFTs, and we definitely want to be a part of that. But he also has a larger following within the SafeMoon community, and we definitely want to try to tap into that. Um, that being said, we did have our meeting with SafeMoon earlier this week. Of course, right before the CoffeeZilla video came out, and we're going to just kind of jump in at it real quick. We are now using so first, our Shield Trace is live. We've made the deal elliptic. I have the software. What I'm doing is I'm validating some of the information from CoffeeZilla's video, and it's really going to determine whether or not we do anything further with SafeMoon. So I will be probably putting out something here in the next couple of days as I look through some of those wallet addresses and verify some of those transactions. And that's just because I like to do my due diligence. We already looked into the lawsuit. I did bring it up in the meeting up with the SafeMoon swap, which at this point we're not going to do. We don't think it's beneficial for our project. There's a lot of upfront liquidity that would have to be transferred, and I just don't think that that's good for our project right now. So that won't be happening. But we also made a proposal to partner with them to add our Shield coin protection to their NFTs that was supposed to come out here. I don't know in the next couple of weeks. But again, they didn't seem too interested with the proposal, and we're now checking a lot of the factual information from those videos to confirm whether or not we want to even move forward with that. Whatever I do find, that will be incorporated into the CRR rating for SafeMoon, which is currently sitting at a medium risk. If we validate any of that information, it will likely change for the worse. So just be aware of that. I'm giving you all the heads up now. If you have SafeMoon and something happens, if you get your insurance now, you'll still be protected. But anyone who purchases the NFT or the crypto insurance later, if that decision is made one way or another, they will be following that new risk rating. So just be cautious of that. Be aware of that. So we also had our winner from Todd Hart. And I bring that up too, as during that last, we had a video with Todd Hart, Chris and I, Meta Captain and I had a meeting. We had a winner, but during that meeting, there was also another rug pull that we wanted to look into. So we'll be doing more research into that as well. Palm Finance, I think it's called Palm Finance. It wasn't a rug pull, but we do want to kind of trace where those funds went and kind of how that played out in the background. We know the project was attacked by a bot, or that's what is assumed, but we'll be verifying a lot of information and where that money went. So we'll make that public once we pull some data for that as well. One thing. Okay. Beyond that, yeah, I'll open it up to questions, and then we can go from there. Because I think people are interested. Will be more interested in kind of digging into some of the stuff that I've talked about already. Let's do that. So if you have any questions, definitely raise your hand. We can address those today on the AMA. I want it recorded so people listening later in can actually get some information as well. But definitely, if there's any questions here, I will answer them. And let me check the main chat because I know someone had a question up there as well. All right, here. I'm bringing you up, Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's great to hear, man. I've been in here. Hey, just got a quick question about I've been away from the crypto community for the last 15, 20 days. Can you just give me like a brief explanation of what's happening with the NFTs, what they're going to cover, and things like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. So the NFTs, of course, they'll be launched on April 30th. We already have everything set up. We're just going to do it right following our competition. What the NFT is going to do at launch, it'll be $1,000 blanket coverage, any blockchain. So if you are on Ethereum, you're on Polygon, or any other blockchain, you can still grab the NFT, still have protection. So if there's a loss or a rug pull on any of those blockchains, you'll still have protection. The only caveat to it is you'll be paid any claims in BUSD. The NFT will be, it's every 30 days, you have to have a $10 transaction, a $10 Shield coin purchase transaction. And that'll reactivate it for the next 30 days. If you don't make that transaction, the Shield coin NFT will just go inactive. And whenever you're ready, you make that transaction and it'll turn back on. Right now, it's basically any project that we have not reviewed in the CRR will receive blanket protection. And the reason for that is there are over 180,000 projects. We're approaching 800 projects that we reviewed. We're actually putting out the updated CRR here in the next couple of days. But any projects that are not on that will be blanket coverage up to that $1,000 limit. Basically, no questions asked. But we will do, of course, a shield trace to make sure that the wallet submitting it and the scam itself are not related anywhere in the process, because Shield Trace actually can look at that now. How many hops a wallet has in connection to another wallet, how many interactions it's had. So that's again an insurance investigation that we'll do on the back end, but we'll make that coverage. The NFTs can be stacked. They can be stacked up to 3 per wallet. We'll likely increase that based on the first month or two of the rollout of this NFT. So that'll be the main NFT, and that's really what's going to do. We're actually looking at a few partnerships as well, where we'll provide insurance on those NFTs as well. It won't be quite at the same level as our primary NFT, but it will be. We will be partnering with a few other projects as well to get field coin protection onto their NFT, add some utility for them as well. So that's a general gist of what's happening and what we're looking at. Did that answer your question?
Just a couple follow-up, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So regarding the existing, you mentioned though that, like, for example, though, on any blockchain or anything like that, let's say a popular one like Sphere, right?
Right. Yep.
If you have, let's say, like right now, let's say I go purchase, I think it's at 4 cents right now. Let's say I go right now and I purchase $500 worth of Sphere.
Okay.
And I own the NFT, and Sphere crashes to a cent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna get that $750 back from
No.
you then?
No. So the blanket insurance is still not protecting against market volatility. If the crash is just because the price of Sphere went down, no crypto insurance, no blanket coverage is going to cover that. If the team commits a rug pull, or you have your account spoofed or your wallet hacked or something to that effect, then your coverage comes into play. So it requires a scam from the team itself running the project, or a bad actor hacking or stealing your actual funds. Those trigger the blanket insurance, not market volatility.
Okay. So follow up though. So how the NFT, or how are they going to be purchased? Because right now I'm holding Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Do I purchase it with Shield? How does that happen?
It could be, if you do a purchase, for example, you say I have 250 Shield or whatever, or 280 Shield, because that's how much they are. I want to trade them. You just swap them with BNB, and then you'll just purchase the NFT directly from We'll have an actual link added to the website, and it's just a minting function. That, or we also will have live the NFT Simplify on our website, which anyone can buy with either credit card, debit card. It's just processed through Square as a product purchase, and then we'll airdrop it to you. Either way works, but once it's purchased, all you have to do is import the contract address, which we'll provide at launch, to your wallet, and it'll show up, and you'll literally be able to see it in there. It's pretty straightforward.
That's pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah. I appreciate that.
No worries. Speaking of the NFT as well, we minted 101 of the first version of the NFT. So there are only 101 of those. And the NFT that'll go live on the 30th is a part of the minting that has about 10,000. Just for everyone's awareness. So originally we were going to have the project purchase the first NFT that has certificate number 0001. Now anyone who gets in first will actually be able to get that first NFT with the second minting. From the original minting, we've held a few of those back for the team, and we'll issue those out more as giveaways. They'll have a little bit more rarity, but they'll still function with the same level of coverage. So just to be aware of that, there will be for the first 101 tokens NFTs, there will be two versions that will be out in circulation. We control the first 101, and the second 10,000 will be open minted based on the website.
I honestly thought you were gonna say, oh, and speaking of NFT, I'm gonna send you one. That's what you were going with that, man.
Well, you put out a video content, you definitely can win, but I don't know. I think Gabe put out a pretty good piece of video content for one of the top spaces. It's
Nice.
gotten a lot of views. It's it's an excellent rap, actually.
All right.
You know,
Thank you, man.
no worries, no worries. Any other questions? I know some people are listening to another another recording. I can't remember what it was though. I think it's the investor roundtable. Um, okay, let me double check. Someone put out another question in the main chat. 1 second. This question came from Meta Mad Hatter. He was asking about sponsoring a group call to get volume up. We definitely can do something like that. I haven't really done any calls on Telegram, but definitely want to start kind of reaching out on that side. Swap actually gave us a contact for some additional marketing on side we do want to employ, and that's mostly to get more eyeballs on some of the Shield Media news articles. We want to start kind of driving traffic to that website as well, and we'll start kind of building out the advertisement product or sales once we get our volume to a certain threshold. So we'll definitely start using some of that Telegram marketing strategy he was recommending, incorporating that into some of the other stuff, and you'll actually start seeing a lot of articles kind of starting to show up. Our media kit's already completed, and we're starting to circulate that among tech startup type companies, so they can start either promoting us. We start working with some of them to kind of get more coverage in their specific area. And the purpose of that is to bring in new investors. We're seeing a lot of shifts in the space writ large. Of course, the focus right now this year is rebase tokens, but we're seeing an undercurrent of more people wanting to get into crypto, but they want to do it in a safer way. And we're going to try to capitalize on that and be the project that everyone comes into crypto with. And I think a lot of that, like when people start seeing us in those tech startup type articles, press releases, and the like, in addition to our own press releases, it'll start really getting that attention. And that'll be beneficial for the project writ large, because that's what we're trying to do. We want to be the first stop for anyone coming to crypto, anyone prepared to do any new investments. The NFT specifically is designed so you can take on a little bit more risk when you're investing in some of these new launches. And we don't have to have reviewed the project for you to have some kind of protection. You keep your risk at the same level as our coverage, and you can basically see what happens. It allows us to protect our holders while they also still have the potential to make a lot more money than they put into some of these projects early on. So we encourage that. This is a place to build a lot of wealth, but we encourage people to do it in a safe manner. And having the NFT, having crypto insurance where it's applicable, definitely is going to be beneficial for this next wave of market surge following this lull. This lull isn't going to last too long, and we're expecting it to start spiking a little bit, start pumping here in the next couple of months, because that's how alt season kind of correlates to the Bitcoin price movement. Any other questions? All right. Gabe, I'm bringing you up now. Go ahead, Gabe.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I was looking at the burn wallet,
Yes.
and it dawned on me that where do the reflections go that would normally, like with say Baby Doge, that one burns to its own burn wallet, and that is its own reflections. Where do the reflections for the burn wallet go on shit?
Yeah, those tokens, once put into the burn wallet, that burn wallet is exempt from receiving reflections. So once it's burned, it doesn't receive reflection anymore. Reflection are only distributed between tokens that are outside of the burn wallet.
Ah, okay. So then they bounce basically off the burn wallet and then hit everybody else's wallet.
Right. The burn tokens are as if they don't exist anymore. Basically, that's
Okay.
how we turn on the function and it exempts it from receiving any reflections.
Okay, I was curious about that because I know that the I think it was mentioned that the NFTs are going to assist with buyback and burn at some point also, right? So
Yeah, but the way that'll function when NFTs are purchased, we'll hold the BNB directly, and a portion of that, about 40, I think we designate about 40% will go directly to the vault. So it just goes and sits in the vault, ready for coverage. Another portion of that, maybe less than 10%, will actually go to a direct buyback and burn. But because we have such high liquidity, what we're going to do as a team, and this is just to kind of support price movement, we'll buy up those tokens, let price go up, hold it for a little bit, and then transfer those over to the burn component. The reason being, if we do a direct buyback and burn immediately, we'll increase liquidity's ratio and essentially maintain or increase it over 30%, which means most people won't see a lot of movement in our prices with pretty much any small buys. Anything under $5,000 or $10,000, you'll just see a slight tick up or down, buys or sells. And that's actually what a lot of people are seeing too with our price movement. There's so much liquidity there. Buys $1,000, $2,000 doesn't cause us to look like we're going high or low. And to give you an idea, I was talking to Carecoin, and of course, I've talked to Chris with MetaBUSD. We have a similar liquidity ratio, amount in liquidity as both of those projects. But because we kept our liquidity higher, in the sense of there's a ratio of about one to five essentially in our liquidity, so 25%, it's 25, about 25%. You see less movement, and our market cap seems lower than other projects of equal liquidity. I think MetaBUSD is over 2 million, I think, in market cap, but we have almost the same exact liquidity in both projects. Carecoin is just slightly higher, but they have a $9 million market cap, but they still have $100,000, $150,000 in liquidity. So if we add more liquidity to that, you're going to see less price movement, and people will just think the project is stagnating, even though it's not. We're doing a different setup because we're preparing for regulation requirements down the road. And I think I've talked to the team before, and I think only one other project is really focused on having that ratio at the same place, and that's DFS Mafia, because they're doing gambling. And they also have to meet certain requirements, and basically they have to hold a certain amount of reserve to be legally doing their selling their type of product in the space. So there's a business reason for that, and you'll see that over time, more projects will probably start leaning toward heavier liquidity and less volatility.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Yeah, I know I brought up one partnership that's with Don Bailey. He's doing an NFT, but we're also talking to another influencer who's actually launching an NFT. And you may actually start seeing our name pop up on that. And when that actually goes live and we've ironed out all the specifics, I'll make a formal announcement. But there's at least two partnerships that we're looking at here in the next 4 weeks to go with our NFT following our NFT launch. So we'll be accessing a few other communities. Shaman Soul,
Hey,
go ahead.
well, awesome idea for a project. You guys are pretty neat. The question I have is, so the monthly fees after you purchase the NFT, you said like $10 every month, and it'll reactivate it.
Yes. Again, that $10 transaction is $10 buy, and you can turn around and sell that if you want, or you can hold it in your wallet as a form of dollar cost averaging. The idea is to create additional reflections in volume based on reactivating the insurance, which actually adds to the actual vault. So there's additional money going into the vault for coverage. So yeah,
Will
it's just
there? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no. I was just going to say there's just that $10 minimum per NFT. So if you have 2 NFTs in your wallet, you'll have a minimum of $20. If you have 3, it's a minimum of $30.
Okay, I was about to ask, is there different levels per month? I understand, like, an insurance wise, you pay certain premiums each month to continue your insurance plan. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And we designed it that way. It's just blanket insurance no matter what. So if you hit the minimum, your NFT amount resets. If you max out and you actually end up getting a claim paid out, you have to wait to the end of your 30-day period before it renews, which means you can't do, if you have a one NFT in a wallet and you end up having a claim for $1,000, you have to wait 30 days before you can make another $1,000 claim with that NFT. And that prevents it just prevents people from basically being involved in a whole bunch of projects and be getting paid out $10, $15, $20,000. You still take on some of the risk even with the NFT, and that's how we spread that out a little bit.
Okay, so is that any NFT that I own currently, or do I need to purchase that NFT through you guys to get that insurance?
It'll be our specific NFT. That's
Okay.
separate from crypto assurance. And just for this phone call and for the recording, the NFT does not supersede the crypto assurance. So if we've already rated a project, crypto assurance takes precedence in determining how much you'll get paid out. If it's not risk rated and it's not in our coin risk rating, then the NFT takes precedence as the only version of insurance available for that specific project.
Okay. Now, will in the future, will any of the NFTs be greater than $1,000?
Yes, even the ones that people are purchasing today will actually increase their coverage amount, but only after we reach a certain level of capitalization and we can back that up.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. BaseCat, did you want to ask a question too?
Yeah, how you doing?
How's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good, good. This has to do with the NFTs too. Just something you might have talked about it earlier. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between Todd Hart, which hasn't started yet, and you.
Okay, no
But,
worries.
Yeah, the NFT. You might have said this. I think you said this one other AMA. But the NFT, when you buy it and put it in a wallet, if you have multiple wallets, and of course you have maybe 1, 2, or 3 in each wallet, if you move that NFT to another wallet, do you have to reactivate it by buying $10 again, or is it still good for the remainder of the 30 days?
Yes, as soon as you transfer it to a different wallet, you have to reactivate it. The
That's
reason
what I thought
for
about, yeah.
the reason for that is because the NFT protects each wallet. And again, we don't know who owns each wallet generally. Even though we can look into the wallet, see the transactions, we still don't know who's the owner. So we need to look into it and say, okay, it's per wallet, not per owner.
Yeah. Okay, I thought that's what it was. I just want to make it clear for myself and everybody else that if you do transfer it, it's just another $10 for another 30 days. Yeah. Okay,
Correct.
great.
Yeah, and I think it costs less than 10 BUSD to move between wallets. It's not an expensive move.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay, thanks a lot.
No worries.
Have a good night.
You too. Any other questions? Announcement will actually be going live with the NFT during that actual meeting. So just be aware of that. We have another question. Escape coming back up.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's say you have 3 NFTs in your wallet, which is the maximum, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then let's say you go and buy $10 worth of coins. Does that activate one NFT?
Correct. If you don't pay the other two remain inactive.
Okay. That's what I was curious about, because I was a little bit unclear about one of your previous answers to somebody else. So thank you.
And actually, but speaking of that, if you end up selling that $10 in shield, buying it 3 different times, and it's equal to $10 each time, you will then have activated all 3 of them. The idea is for money to keep moving. That's the nature of currency, and we built that into the project. So it's not, someone's not scamming us if they do that. There's still
So you're trying
transaction. We're trying to increase volume. With
you're
that,
increasing the velocity, right?
correct. Money has to keep
Gotcha.
moving for wealth building in general. So we built that into the ecosystem writ large, and that goes with whether or not you have a shield coin above the minimum holding if you don't have the NFT.
So you're pinging the tax is what you're actually doing.
Correct. And every time you pay that tax, that there's funds going into the actual vault that now reinforces and builds up the capitalization behind the insurance.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Any other questions? I'll give it another few seconds and then we'll go from there. Mm-hmm. All right. We'll wrap this call up. Shantae, is there anything you want to add before we jump off? Any questions that you thought of? Because I know Chris does it too. If there's any question that pop into your head while we're having the call, you can definitely ask too, and I can answer it for everyone. We lost her. A common occurrence. Let me see if I can bring her up again. Go ahead,
there?
Shantae. Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me? All right. She dropped again. All right, let me one more time. Let's try to bring her up one time. Mm-hmm. All right.
It's 3 times the charm?
Exactly. I can hear you now.
All right. I don't know. I don't have this issue on any other Discord servers, so I might have to start joining from my PC or something. But no, I don't have anything else to add, and I'm happy to be a part of the team, and I look forward to the future, and I'm around if anyone needs me.
Sounds good. We're glad to have you here, and I think it's going to be very helpful for covering more interactions, more phone calls, more meetings that will help build out the team and the project. All right. We're going to end the call now, and I will talk to each of you next week. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Definitely submit some content, whether it's art, fan art, videos, just anything. Enter into the competition. Definitely try to get one of those NFTs for free. They will be very, very helpful here in the coming months. All right. Everyone have a good day or a good evening, and talk to you soon.